Hey parents of aspiring child actors! So you decided to join me again after part one. Well, if you didn't watch part one, make sure that you do, because what we discussed previously is the foundation to getting your child's acting career started the right way. This video touches on what your responsibilities will be after your child starts to book roles. Make sure you watch until the end because I will share how you can get a free copy of my book, Raising a Child Star. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel because the information I share is invaluable. When my children got started in acting 8 years ago, there wasn't a channel like this that I could watch that came directly from a parent's perspective. Being my kids' manager, along with being a former talent agent in Los Angeles, has equipped me with the knowledge and experience that can help any parent. So click on that subscribe button and click on that bell so you are notified when we release new videos. Okay, so let's get into it. Once your child begins to book roles, you will be responsible for, number one, reviewing and signing contracts. If you have an agent, they should be well versed in contractual language, but it can be useful to have an entertainment attorney for bigger contracts. We have had a service called Legal Shield for about 10 years now. This is an inexpensive monthly membership that gives me access to different types of attorneys that are available to review contracts or answer questions for me at no additional cost. This has been an amazing resource for my family. This may be something to consider, especially if you don't have an agent. Talent managers should not negotiate or sign contracts. 2. Updating their new credits. After your child books a principal role, the information for the role should be added to their resume and casting profiles. Principal roles are anything above extra, background, and featured roles. We will talk more about credits and actors' resumes in future videos. 3. Keeping up with their credits on IMDB. IMDB is the Internet Movie Database. This is where television shows and films post information about their projects, like what phase of production they're in, and all of the cast and crew involved. Making sure that your child has been credited properly and making sure that the credit was submitted under the correct profile will be your responsibility. If you upgrade your child's account to IMDB Pro, you will need to keep their headshots, contact information, and demos updated. 4. Keeping files. Storing copies of contracts, pay stubs, permits, I-9s, W-9s, headshots, resumes, and any other paperwork you may receive related to their career. I like to scan everything and keep digital copies using an app like Genius Scan. 5. Schooling. When your child is on a professional set, there will always be a person assigned to their care aside from you. A set teacher or studio teacher will be hired to be on any professional set where there are minors working. Productions working under a union contract require it. Their responsibility is to make sure that the child has a current work permit, is only used for the allotted amount of work hours according to the child labor laws. They make sure that they are fed, take breaks, and complete the appropriate amount of schooling required by the state. The set teacher may help the child with assignments and projects, but it is the parent's responsibility to make sure that the student has enough work to last throughout their school hours on set, which most times is 3 hours. 6. Joining the union. You should keep track of your child's bookings to know when they are eligible to join SAG-AFTRA, which is the biggest union for actors. Once they join the union, you will need to report your child's income yearly and pay their dues. Residual payments are made through the union as well. So managing the accounts to keep track of residual payments will be a responsibility for who? Yep, that's right, you! 7. Expenses and deductions. I am not a tax attorney or a licensed CPA to give you advice, but I can share my experience with you. At the time this video was created, actors can no longer deduct expenses on their personal tax return if they received a W-2. But expenses can be deducted on 1099 income or if they are incorporated. We will not get into incorporation in this video, but let's just say your child needs to be paid as if they are self-employed in order to take out deductions for expenses. If they are incorporated, their company would deduct the expenses. 8. Every year, you will have to make sure you have received all of your child's W-2s and 1099s from every job so you can file their tax return. Kids are no different than adults when it comes to filing taxes. If they make over a certain amount in a given year, they may be required to file a tax return. If they did not pay enough in taxes in relation to their income, they may owe taxes, and it will be your responsibility to make sure that it gets done and on time. Well, I think that I'm going to have to do a part 3 to this video because this list is not finished. But just know, as your child advances in their career, you can hire people to help with all of this and pay them from the money that your child is making. Keep in mind that even if you add a manager to your child's team, you will still need to be involved in everything we have covered in this series of videos. Like I always say, you are your child's ultimate manager. If you would like to know more about all of these topics in depth, visit raisingachildstar.com, where you can get my book, Raising a Child Star, for free. That's right. All you have to do is pay for shipping. This book breaks down each of these topics and so much more. You can also get a free 30-minute consultation with me for free if you visit helpmychildactor.com. Check out this video and stay tuned for part 3 of this series. Until next time, supportive parents of child actors, don't forget to subscribe.